Behind me we have the MG278Q 144 hertz monitor, 2560 by 1440p as well. I actually just got this monitor because I've got a good amount of reviews from other people to get this monitor because I wanted to up my gaming from 1920 by 1080 to 2560 by 1440p just to see the crisp image quality. It might be a little bit hard in this video to kind of see my monitor due to all the changing of colors and all of that stuff, but I will get a better glimpse of my monitor in this video, so stay tuned, guys. So to start out with the technical specs of the MG278Q, first of all, the monitor is 27 inches, obviously, from here to here, which is, in preference, I like it much better than 24-inch. I do have a 24-inch right by me, and I prefer 27-inch monitors over 24-inch for gaming. Just me, but you guys might prefer something else. Also, like I said, this is 2560 by 1440p resolution. Looks absolutely stunning. I cannot say anything bad about this monitor. As to picture quality, I had no dead pixels on my monitor when I got this. Comes with FreeSync technology, which is so called to eliminate stuttering and tearing while playing video games, so you can play it at the smoothest frame rate and refresh rate that the game offers you as possible. What it does is it pretty much syncs your frame rate, which your GPU processes, throwing out all of these frames, syncs that with your monitor's actual technology. I'm sure some of you guys have heard G-Sync. That is the same thing as FreeSync. So basically, it just it sends your GPU to your monitor so it knows what the refresh rates is supposed to be popping out. So it's not sending more than what the game is actually giving you in FPS wise, which does cause stuttering and tearing, which is what you guys are experiencing in game, and this should eliminate it pretty well. It does come very, very easy to assemble. It does come in 3 parts. It comes the monitor by itself, the stand by itself, and the actual base of this thing by itself. Those are the 3 components that you guys are going to need to put this thing together. You don't need any screwdrivers, wrenches, nails, screws, no nothing about that sort. Everything that you need comes in the box, ready to assemble, which is absolutely awesome. That is another reason I do enjoy Asus monitors, because they are very, very easy to assemble, along with a great, great build quality. I am now going to talk to you guys about the swivel, pivot, the leaning back of this MG278Q, as well as the adjustable height of this thing. So the pivot of this monitor is 90 degrees. So basically what you can do is, if you have it up here, you can just turn it a solid 90 degrees. Not sure why people would want to use that, but you can do the pivot 90 degrees. Also, this thing does tilt 20 degrees up and 20 degrees down. The height adjustment on this thing from top to bottom is 6 inches. So if you're sitting higher, obviously you want it up higher like this, and if you're sitting lower, you can move this down 6 inches, which is very, very, very useful. And also, this thing does swivel 60 degrees to the left and to the right, just like this. The ergonomics of this monitor are very, very good. Asus does an incredible job with all of their monitors, with the pivot, the height adjustment, the tilt, and the swivel and all that stuff. It is pretty much on all of their monitors that I do buy, which is another reason the MG278Q is a very, very good monitor. Here are going to be all of your switches, including the color contrast, the mode that you want to play in, FPS, cinematic, racing. They're all absolutely beautiful. You can change the low blue light filter to help with your eyes as much as possible. There's 4 different levels on this, so obviously 0 is not going to help much with the low blue light. Level 1 is not too much. Level 2, you can tell a little bit difference of the blues getting a little darker, and then 3 and 4 obviously are the darkest of them all. Going down to color, You can change the brightness, the contrast, the saturation, color temperature, skin tone, and smart view. Not really sure what smart view does too much. Never really tried it, so you guys can screw around with that if you would like. As far as image goes, you can change the sharpness of the image. I like it at 100%. I like everything sharp on my screen. Trace free is pretty much like low motion blur. AMA on BenQs. It minimizes ghosting while playing video games. They say to have that on 40 or 60 because I guess 20 is too low and 80 and 100 are just too high, which can make ghosting a little bit worse if you go too low or too high. Vivid pixel is going to be pretty much the outline of things on your monitor and the writing. So let's say if you guys look at this game visuals, it's going to look a lot more almost outlined in gray. ASCR, not very sure about what that does. Again, you can turn it on or off. I haven't messed with it. Haven't really looked it up either. So you guys can screw around with that if you would like. Sound, obviously, you know, this monitor does have two speakers, one on the right side and one on the left side over there. The input selection, obviously, you guys are going to want to use DisplayPort to get 144 hertz out of this monitor, which is what its native hertz is. You can use HDMI. Obviously, it does have two HDMI ports and one DVI port. HDMI, remember guys, can only go up to 60 hertz, which kind of stinks. In system setup, this is just Game Plus. I'm not really sure what that does. I think it's almost like a game mode. Don't take my word for it, but again, you guys can screw around with that. Haven't really touched anything else on there. And then obviously my favorite, you guys can have different settings for your games, whatever games you play. For example, if you play FPS, you can have it on FPS mode. If you play MOBAs, you can have it on MOBA mode. If you're watching a movie, turn it to cinematic. It's pretty dang sweet what you can do with this monitor and all of these controls. They're absolutely stunning. So just screw around with them and change that monitor to the way that you guys feel is right for you. The bezels of this monitor are also made out of hard plastic, as you guys can see. The bezels on this thing are very, very nice, as the back are hard plastic, which is extremely, extremely nice in a monitor just like this one. The base of this monitor is very, very well built with a good stabilization as the bottom right here. And as we go right here, we do have hard plastic, very hard plastic. It feels very, very sturdy when you're carrying this thing, as well as the top up here is also made of hard plastic, which also feels very, very sturdy when it comes to a gaming monitor. As you guys can see, I am playing Counter-Strike Go on my computer about 1.5 feet away from my monitor. The colors on this thing are just absolutely incredible and pop out very well. This monitor gives huge advantages in all sorts of games due to its 144 refresh rate and very bright colors. This panel also does have 16.8 million colors and a 1000:1 contrast ratio. Thank you guys so much for watching my video on the MG278Q Asus 144Hz 1440p gaming monitor. If this review helped you guys in order to want to purchase one of these, you can purchase it on Amazon for $485 right now. That is a very good price for the screen and the refresh rate. So thank you guys. If you guys liked the video, hit me with a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and thank you guys very much.